Diablo's Den, Chronicles, episode number 18. I'm your co-host, Jay Reason, and I'm here with the one and only Danny Diablo. Zach.
What's up, everyone? Yeah.
Oh, what's going on, E? What's happening, man?
What's up? We got today's episode. It's called the Puerto Rock episode. Got the mad Puerto Ricans up here.
The Puerto Rock. Well, yo, before we get into today's episode, man, you know the drill. Let's get into what's been happening with you since we last checked in. So the last episode, man, I just want to give a big shout out to everybody who checked out the episode with Jay Peta. Was really cool. He was a great guest. So shout out to Jay and
nice guy, man.
Yeah, super cool, man. Everybody, please keep subscribing to the YouTube channel. Keep following us on all the platforms you listen to. And if you feel so inclined, man, be sure to leave a review on Apple iTunes and all that good stuff. Join the email list, diablosdenpodcast.com. All right. So that out of the way, E. Last week or last 2 weeks, I guess you had Spick had just released the new record.
Oh my God! The Spick record came out. Spick Spectacular.
How's that been
Devil
doing?
Rats Records. Good. It came out digitally, only on Bandcamp for now. So kids are buying the CD off Devil Rats Records.
So it's still not on Spotify and shit.
No, but it's the streaming. Yeah, people fucking love it. We had a listening party. Joe Fable on Clubhouse had a listening party, and basically shout out to Joe Fable, shout out to Big Lito. Shout out to fucking Kid from Kid and Play who fucking loved the fucking album.
That's awesome.
And for me,
shout out House Party.
Yeah, so let's check this out. I was talking to.
What was this? Class Act. Remember that was a good movie.
Listen,
Class Act was great.
I told him I was like, I'm from Jackson, East Elmhurst, and we're growing up. I used to see him at the Wendy's by my fucking house. And he was like, crazy. Oh my God. He was like, Jackson Heights was crazy. We were talking, and I felt like a little kid, like my whole career went full circle.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
And I always, for some reason, I always like for him in hip hop, he was like a nice guy. He was like a light skinned guy. So, so I was like, I know how you feel, brother. He was like, it was good. But he was such a good guy. He's a great guy. He was making jokes. He's like, I can never do music like that. So I like an alter ego. You could call me El Nino. He was like, El Nino. He's making me laugh. But Kid was fucking such a good dude that he loved the fucking album. So Kid and Play loved the album. Get the fucking album.
All right, sick, man. So yeah, definitely gotta get the record if you haven't. What else has been cracking? I
just got back from California.
I was just gonna ask you that. How was your trip? What were you doing out there? Tell the fans.
I went out there to solidify.
I saw you bought some
stuff.
socks. You did some shopping.
I went to Slaughter's Swap Meet. I got mad shorts, pro clubs. I got socks. I got so much clothing. I went there, came back with so much more clothing, and my girls looking at me like, "What the fuck? We live in a one-bedroom apartment."
Yeah, but you could always use new socks, man. That's the whole thing. Nothing like put on a brand new pair of socks.
I give away all my clothes anyway. But the thing, I went out there. I saw all my DMS brothers out there. I'll go out there next time. Next time I go out there, I have a meeting with Suburban Noise to talk about Scarhead stuff. I'm going out there.
Is that for the EP you just finished?
No, the EP's on Force 5. We're looking to do the full length somewhere else. Okay. So we're talking Suburban Noise, just like friendly talk. Then we're going to. I'm doing some stuff with Chucky Chuck, Obnoxious, Manchild. Those guys. I want to do something, go in the studio with those guys and rock some stuff. Also, I'm doing No Jumper when I go out there with Adam 22.
Oh yeah, shout out Adam 22 from the
Bridge shout out to Adam 22. So I'm saying I'm going out there as Danny Diablo. I'm doing his podcast.
All right. Well, don't forget to plug this podcast, as you know.
I'm going
to say this in public. I'm going to put you on blast, man, because we talk about it. And I never done it to you, but dude, you are the worst at this. If E knew how much time and effort it takes me to fucking put together this episode, man, he would feel so bad that he forgets every time. So I'm going to put you here.
I might say a little bit.
No. Here's the thing. You forget because you'll remember to list every other project you're in. And you always forget the podcast, but it's all good. Reason is used to it.
I'm gonna tell you something. That's because I've been doing cocaine since 1996. So that's what happens.
But you still remembered every other new project in between. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So if you give that's a
Diablo's Den podcast.
That's Cuban guilt you give me.
Yeah. Well, listen, I never given it to you before. 28 episodes in, I'm giving it to you today a little bit. All right.
Well, you know what? I think I'm sorry. And
all-
everyone, Jay works really hard at this podcast, guys. And I want to say I am sorry.
It's all good. I know you won't forget now after I said this one. What have you been watching?
Yvonne
You got you
snitch.
Yeah.
Fucking Yvonne snitch.
What have you been watching? You check anything out? I just watched that.
Yes.
It was really cool. The Army of the Dead movie on Netflix.
I like that in Vegas. Yeah, I saw that.
That shit
was in California. Yeah.
I like Zack Snyder a lot. He did all the DC movies.
I like Batista, right? Wasn't he? Batista?
Oh yeah, Dave Batista, the wrestler guy.
I love that guy. He's so like a nice guy, right?
I feel like you and him probably would be friends, right?
He's. I see how he is in real life. He's very soft spoken.
I bet you guys would be. I bet you he's a Scarhead fan or something weird. Like, you know what I mean?
So,
like he probably knows
always.
Yeah, like he got like Train Yard Blues on First Press or something. Listens to it when he was like
always some weird shit.
Yeah,
man.
always, man.
Always.
I want to shout out my friends, everybody who's been coming to visit the retail store, Static Era Records in Connecticut. I've been feeling the love. A lot of people who watch and listen to the podcast have been coming in. So, I want to thank all of you guys for making the trip. I want to give a shout out to, I'm going to put this on the screen and then you'll see it again, but I want to shout out the Archive in Bridgeport and Weirdo Wonderland in Milford. We put together this cool little map thing. So when you're visiting, it's a quick little trip on 95, hit up all 3 stores. This is what it's about, man. Other shops, independent stores, getting together and trying to team up and make it, something. It's like a lot of shops would never say like, oh, I don't have something, go buy it at this guy. People aren't like that, but I'm going to say this, and you know me, and everybody who listens to the podcast knows me, dude. Like, I will happily send business to somebody because I can't be everything to everybody. So if I don't have it, I have no problem sending someone else to a spot.
And do the same thing for you. So those guys would do the same for you.
So it was very cool to team up. So I just want to show some love to the Archive in Bridgeport, Connecticut, who's got one of my favorite stores. Actually, their store is what inspired me to open Static Gear. I got to take you up there when it's a 3 floors.
Please.
It's crazy, man. 3 floors, mad horror shit, VHS. Like, it's crazy, dude. You would lose your mind there. So
hold on. I got some stuff I want to show you. I'll make you laugh right now. Right? Want to make you laugh? There's a dude on Force 5 Records called King Relic. All right. And this dude is a hardcore kid. But I didn't know he's a hardcore kid. He's a tattoo artist. He's a dope tattoo artist. But he's like a nice guy, like one of those nice guys, the whole time. But so this dude, I heard his album. It's fucking amazing. Go to Force 5 Records. Go to King Relic on YouTube. And this guy got some crazy psychedelic hip hop, like rock stuff.
All right, so we'll have to.
But that's not it. I said the other day, King Relic. He goes, he had a thing. He sells praying mantis. All right. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. So I have him sent out praying mantis to Mike Malbon from the Chop Shop, and he was so happy. I saw it. It was cool. So I said, send me. So he sent me the stuff. It's called Crazy Bill's Mantis Factory of Doom. That's the thing. And he sends you, and that's right there. This thing right there. See those 3 things there? That's 3 different cocoons of praying mantis in there. So I got the babies ready to come in a whole little terrarium here.
And what are you gonna do with that?
I'm gonna get the praying mantis, right? Whatever. I'm gonna put them in. I'm gonna make a bigger terrarium. I'm gonna put praying mantis there, lizards, frogs, and let them just eat each other.
You'll have to come up. We're gonna have to do a Diablo 10 segment with a camera in the thing with you just narrating like the
tax, the people, put some ants in there. It's gonna be good.
Which that leads into a new segment that you and I have been fleshing out a little bit, right?
Oh, yes.
So I want to bring a little bit of attention to a new segment on Diablo.
Segment.
Okay. And this segment's sponsored by Static Era Records, Milford, Connecticut.
Static Era. Milford's in the house.
So this one's called Wack Attack. This episode's Wack Attack.
The Wack Attack.
The Wack logo. I'm going to place it. We're working on a logo.
Yeah.
But basically, we're gonna basically put a little shine on the haters with this one. So
yeah,
go ahead a little bit and let people know where you're coming from, and then let us know who the person is.
Of course, Jay. This is how it's gonna go down. Today's Wack Attack of the day is, of course, the one and only Chubby Fresh.
Boo.
Boo. Boo. So now I'm not gonna make fun of people because they're fat or whatever, like the losers, whatever. But I'm just telling you about this dude. This dude right here. It's so sad. I don't understand what's going on. But 20 years ago, I smacked this guy up twice for being a bitch. So I don't know how you people whatever want to take this as. But the dude played for Drums for Integrity and One Life Crew, and the dude's a straight dude. There's no drugs, so he knows what he's doing. Basically, this whole thing happened with the nation's capital when he was the one selling the shirts.
Yep.
In the mall, right? I guess. Yep. And they found out. They got him kicked out. His 15 years in the mall.
We talked about it actually. We talked about it. Back we showed the screen.
So ever since then, this dude been doing fake accounts on me.
He's like obsessed with you. It's fucking
you're my like girl. Legit, but yeah. It's so insane, but it's so corny. But it's just me, like, John Joseph, Jimmy Scott. Everyone.
But it's like, dude, how
old are you?
Well, dude, not even that. Imagine how much of fucking no life you have.
Yo, listen,
fucking.
It's sad because I'm like, I back in the day I would have just done what I do, but now I'm older and I got so much going for me. But the thing, Wack Attack will say this, like, dude, I do cameo and I speak to people. I did 162 cameos in a row. I have 5 stars in every cameo except for two cameos that he ordered for me, talking about himself and how twins are. I pretend to be the twin, and he wanted me to do the cameo, but I changed it. I'm going to show you. Give me the cameo.
Oh, okay, yeah, give it to me. Okay,
I show you. It says Anthony Pines or whatever. He's so stupid. His real name's on the fucking thing. Yo, what's up? Oh, so this is where it comes down to, huh? Funny shit, huh? But let's do this. Shout out to all my homies in One Life Crew, one of the wackest hardcore bands in the world, and especially to the guy who taught everyone how to be the wackest motherfucker in the world, Chubby Fresh, the OG of wackness. Best t-shirts in Ohio, because you know how fucking whack races are, like Chubby Fresh. There's whack, racist, and fat. So word to your mother, Chubby. This was brought to you by the wackest motherfucker in the hardcore scene in the world, Anthony Pines, a.k.a. Chubby Fresh. Enjoy. Danny Diallo, international hardcore superstar. I'm better than you and your crew. Peace. TMS, baby.
On the
so when he tells me to say it, that I say what I say. It's so I abuse him. But it's so sad that this dude's out there.
Well, you know what though? It's like he's the idiot because you already got paid. You got the money for the cameo no matter what. Twice. So it doesn't matter. Like that's I know, but in my life, in my world, it's like someone says something stupid. I just break them. You know what I mean? Bro, that's not even. We don't even have to go down that.
I know, but how sad are you? 50 years old, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like think about what kind of place you got to be in your life where you're like, yo. That's like what you think about doing. Like literally think about that. You got to have all day to sit there and then to spend your money on that shit. Like here's the thing, dude, right? There's a lot of people I dislike. The last thing I'm going to fucking do is spend like $20 so they make 15 of that. You know what I mean?
And you know what? That's why he makes the Wack Attack of the day.
So you heard it here. Wack Attack of this episode's Wack Attack brought to you by Static Era Records in Milford, Connecticut. Is
Chubby Fresh.
So we're gonna
right now you're gonna see how whack this motherfucker is. Right now, go to the tapes.
And we'll play it right there. All right. So you just saw this episode's Wack Attack. So look out for future Wack Attacks. There's no shortage of people that will make the list. I think is the best way to phrase that. So the other thing too, we both actually want to give a shout out to our friend. Bill Wilson, who one of the coolest dudes. He does Blackout Records. If you didn't know, he's been reissuing a ton of the classic releases. I just got a chance to catch up with him the other day. He is killing it. We carry his stuff in the store. He show a couple things. He just did that Killing Time reissue.
Yeah. So Bill Wilson, I love you, brother, all the time since I was a little kid. You always
shout out Bill Wilson, man.
And this is the kill. I just got this in, so I got it today. So I'm opening this shit. I seen
a copy of the splattered vinyl one that looked it looks beautiful.
Look at that fucking look. This is the Killing Time of fucking the method.
That's a gatefold. He did a gatefold on that. Full glossy. Yeah. If you guys are listening to this, definitely hop over to the YouTube so you can see how awesome this looks. Oh yeah, it looks sick.
Creamsicle.
Yeah. Great job.
Look at that. Baby, look at this. Look, baby. Look at this creamsicle.
That's nice.
She's like, that's nice. We got a new my father bought a new stereo, so we hooked up a record player. But I said, well, all right, babe. No need to beef.
I remember when you used to buy the stereos. Remember I had the turntable on the top with the 2 tape decks, the radio. Oh shit, look at that Outburst shirt.
Look at Outburst. Shout out to Outburst. And this is a crazy shirt. Look at how crazy the shirt is.
So yeah, once again, shout out Blackout Records, Bill Wilson. Definitely check them out on Instagram. Like I said, they're reissuing a ton of stuff. They just did that Kill Your Idols, bunch of Killing Time stuff.
Shout out to Paul Delaney.
They did that comp, that tribute comp. So yeah, a lot of cool shit, man. We got an episode today, though. We got some guests, right? We're back to 2 guests this episode.
Yes, we got 2 guests. And right now, this is the first guest that we have today is from Rochester, New York, Puerto Rican to the bone, one of the dopest rappers out there, my boy, Ito.
All right, cool. So let me get Ito on the line. And tonight, I would like to give a Diablos Den welcome to Ito.
Yes, sir.
What up, Ito? How you doing, my brother?
Oh, you know it, man. You already know, D. I got your back forever, boy.
Yo, thank you. Thank you for. What up, my brother? Yo, what's up? The first time I met you was that Supply and Demand or before that? Was that or the other one?
Yes, Supply and Demand, Brooklyn, yes.
With Crime Apple and fucking Mayhem, Marks, my man.
Yes, beautiful night.
Nams, that was good. That was a dope night, bro.
Definitely.
That was really dope. That was crazy.
Hell yeah. So Ito, tell the listeners a little bit about, for those who aren't familiar with your career and that's all the music you've been putting out lately, give everybody a little bit of quick elevator pitch, as we say, about who you are and kind of where you come from and stuff.
Oh man, you know, Ito, little Ito, you know, Rochester, New York, Hell's Roof.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We the lost borough. Yeah, man, you know, the people know. I had a long run in this shit, man, and I'm still running and gunning, man. Just staying busy and out the way, man.
Awesome, man. That's what's up. So yo, you were really excited to have Ito on the show. Ito, Danny has talked a lot about you and he's been big up in you all week. So tell us a little bit about what you have been going on recently. What's your most recent releases and like, what you have going on now?
As of recent, you know, me and my brother Fleelo have been building. Not only is he my partner or what have you, but we building some brands here, Lord Marv, you know.
Yeah, I seen that. That's dope.
Yeah, you know. Dope. That's dope. So my next release will be under the Lord Marv, titled Long Way Home.
Sick.
Got some good features on there. Shout out to RJ Payne. I got Jay Hood on there. I got my brothers from back, you know, here at home, Jay Black, Sean Brown. So, you know, it's dope.
That's cool. Are you excited to show off some of the people in your area? It sounds like it's kind of cool to hear some of those larger features like RJ Payne and then be able to put some of your friends on. Are you stoked about some shit like that?
Oh, yeah, man. RJ Payne is a monster, man, you know. I got with him a few seasons back. Man, RJ Payne, I've been wanting to work with him for a while. Who else I got on there? That's about it, honestly. Shout out to Me Fucks from the Lord Marv. He got one on there.
That's
my boy Crisis from Southview. So, you know, I'm also presenting some new, you know, up-and-coming producers as well.
Yeah,
I'm always making a point to, you know, establish these unheard guys and what have you.
Yeah, that's what I think is so cool about the whole like independent hip hop thing. It is similar to like the hardcore thing, where it's like when you get the chance to move up, you kind of bring your boys with you. So like
That's how it's
everybody
supposed to be,
advances
yeah.
a little bit, you know?
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
listen, it's supposed to be like that, Eva. We know that it doesn't always operate like that. So it's very cool to see.
But yo, Rochester is pretty grimy. Like, it's
Yeah, no,
also
that's a hard.
a lot of hardcore kids up there too, like Doyle, Bliss from Juice, and all those guys from out there.
certainly.
I've been going to Rochester for years. I've been playing Rochester for years, man. So they're always up there. So that's how I met. That's how I know Doyle. I met Bliss from Juice and all those guys. Just playing shows out there.
And I know I missed you last time you was out here, man.
Yeah, for Doyle, rest in peace,
You know?
man.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. Shout it out. And yo, my bro Puppet too, man. Ryan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
Super Coven, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
Puppet. He's a trip. Bliss
he's
from
like-
Juice. He's the
Bliss
funny
from Juice,
motherfucker, ain't he?
He's out his mind, bro. Yo, he spits, bro. He can spit. He spits.
Definitely.
So I did a song with you coming out, GLD Casting Company, me and my boy Chums and Lord Jewish. And
Shout out Lord Jewish.
We did all my beats. We took all my hardcore shit and flipped them into hip hop beats. And that's why I got you. That's the song I got you on.
Yeah,
So-
I'm waiting on that. Hey, yo, Diablo, thank you for the merch, man.
Oh, cool, brother. Cool.
Yo, bro, thank you. Fire.
Yo,
I'll be throwing it on soon. You know, we upstate. We get the nice weather, you know, on and on. But summer's coming. The weather is great.
I always when I first heard you, because like there's mad people all over New York, and there's mad people who sound like whoever they sound with or who they run with. But you like I was first of all, I was like, oh, this nigga sounds like two of my favorite MCs put together. You sound like Thurston Howell mixed with Prodigy. That's what I said.
Shit.
That's why I was like, this nigga sounds dope.
Shout out Thurston, man.
Right, shout out to Thurston Howell and Prodigy, rest in peace. By both two people I know. Prodigy was a good person. So I'm like, yo, like no one with those two people spinning, no one touches them. You know what I mean? So that's why I heard you. I was like, yo, and everyone says everything but upstate, this. I was like, yo, Rochester got that shit, B. Yo, there's no one else.
That's crazy because I never heard I've heard the Prodigy, but Thurston Howell, man, that's crazy, yo.
Think about it. Just think about it. It's like, yo.
Yeah. And the dope part is, you know, we come from Latin descent, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, it ain't so much of us, you know, but we bulletproof over here. We fully loaded. You heard?
That's how it's supposed to be. All over.
So Ito, on that, going off that, what E was just talking about, tell the listeners a little bit about some of the people that have influenced you as an MC. You know, like E was saying, obviously he hears some people there, but what are some of your influences that made you decide to start, you know, getting into the
growing up, my number one guy, it's been in a couple interviews. Nas is like by far, you know, and will always be Nas, you know. I'm old school. I'm a 90s nigga, so you know, Mobb Deep, you know, Nas, you know, Cool G, you know, I'm on the Queen's time. I got a thing for pianos and strings and bass lines, you know, but I also got asked about the now, and you know, like I'm very big on Kai, you know, Brownsville Kai.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rock Marcy ain't no new guy, but he's another, you know,
Long Island, Rock Marcy.
Stemming from when I was coming up, it's gonna always be just you know, Nas and the Mob, man, and Flip Mode came, I lost it. Rough Riders came, you know.
Yeah.
I'm still on that time, you know.
Hell yeah.
D-Block, G-Unit. Yeah, I'm still on that time.
AZ Noriega, Tragedy, CNN.
Man, that's one of my favorite.
Yeah, I'm
my
saying.
favorite album in the world as it was written, by the way.
But, shit, see? That's dope.
You know,
That's dope.
I love Illmatic too, but I got to really understand and learn Nas when it was written landed. You know, I was a little sharper, you know, at that time. So
that's impressionable age when you're taking in that kind of music, and that's when the influences sort of stick with you. I find the more we talk to people, it's always that early years.
And the record you did with my brother Muggs, that shit. Hell's Roof, bro.
Hell's Roof, yo. Till this day, they hound me for it. It's like, where is it? It's like, yo, Muggs will never. I don't know. You gotta holler at Muggs, man. But yo, Muggs, that's the big bro. He taught me a lot of game.
That's my brother.
Just talking, you know. He didn't have to Stretch it like, yo, he's the smoothest criminal.
Yeah,
out.
Yeah,
good,
he was
good,
cool.
good, huh?
We had him a couple
I love
episodes
him.
back. We had him on a couple episodes back, man. He was a wonderful guest and shared some really great stories, man. Shout
Yeah,
out
he's
Muggs.
the
He was
real
cool as
deal,
fuck.
man. He don't play. When you get with Muggs, you can get ready to work.
Yeah, no, that's what that's basically what he said, because we at the time we were asking him about remember we were saying, what do you look for in younger artists? He was like, I really don't. He's like, dude's got to get ready to show up and work. So
Yeah, he has to show and prove. Show and prove.
Yeah, definitely. Muggs
Show and
not
prove.
playing. He gets down to business. He's not fucking around. So
cool.
Shout out to Muggs, the big homie.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So Ito, what before the pandemic, man? What were you working on before, and what has the pandemic changed for you, man? While you've been home?
Before the pandemic, man, we was performing everywhere.
Yeah,
man. I got a taste of the road.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to travel just yet. Honestly.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got a few booking, requests and stuff, but I don't know. I'm a little on edge when it comes. I'm not really digging this shit that's happening. So
yeah.
I'm gonna just stick to my guns and stay put, record,
stay in the studio,
spaces. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, that's so.
I'm not really looking to rush to perform. You know what I mean? But soon, hopefully,
That's
cool.
About.
How about you work with 38 Special also, right?
That's my brother, 20 plus years.
Good. I like his shit's dope. I like his shit.
Yeah, that's my brother, 20 plus years. Yeah, that's my guy.
See, that's dope. See? And what's up? When did Pete Rose come out?
Pete Rose?
The Pete Rose thing you did.
What's that?
I thought you had something.
You mean?
Yeah,
I got a slot on his album if you in reference to that. But
yes.
Did the Flower City thing.
All right. And so how'd that happen?
That's like Rochester, New York's nickname. We like held accountable for the lilacs. Yeah. Flower City. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Ito, I would like to ask you a question, man, because you've worked with obviously a ton of people, man. Is there, and this could be like, any size, indie or major, whatever. Is there a producer that you wish you could work with that you just haven't gotten to yet? Like a bucket list guy that you want to record with or would love to do something with? Put it out into the universe on our show,
Yo, glad to say my top 2 on the bucket list has been established.
Sick.
Havoc, Alchemist, shout out to Fleet.
He did a Fleet. I saw that.
That's sick, yeah.
Alchemist, again, I'm cut from that time. So
you work with Premier yet?
High Tech, DJ Scratch. I'm working with Knots right now. I got some joints with these. Another one of my faves, Swiss Beats. And my brothers, V Dawn.
Yeah.
Choop. Shout out to Choop. That's what it's about, man. I want to get back and get familiar with the guys I grew up with.
How about Premier?
Oh, of course. Pete Rock, that goes without saying. People use it, they say it so loosely, like I can't even, that goes without saying, Primo, man. Pete Rock, that goes without saying. I'm working with Buck Wild too. Shout out to Buck Wild.
Yeah, Buck Wild really dope, man.
Yeah,
some dope shit.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's definitely awesome, man. Well, yo, Ito, we won't keep you too much longer. I think we just lost Danny there for a second, but I will fix that.
I'm right here.
Oh, there you go. Okay, the camera shut off for a second.
There you go.
All right, hang on. Let me just. No, see, keep shutting off. All right,
I know, but it's just getting crazy. It's getting crazy over here.
All right, let me go right in on. So, yo, Ito, before we let you go, man, I want to thank you for joining the Diablo's Den tonight. Give a quick plug to all your socials, websites, all that shit. Where can everybody find you? And also to plug what you have available now on Spotify and shit, so listeners
what's out right now?
It's all out there. Me and Flea, Rock America Part 1, produced with multiple producers. Rock America Part 2 is produced entirely by me. That's out. The Lord Mob compilation is out. Ito Gigante is out. Long Way Home is coming. That's my next release.
Dope.
Ito Music Online. That's my Twitter, Instagram, That's my email.
And you guys at home will see that on this screen, so we'll make sure we have all that shit on the. Make sure you're watching on YouTube.
Yo, my brother Jay Black, you know, my peer for 20+ years back home here. He dropping first flight. You know, Boo the Prince out west, new crack era, DJ Beans. You know what I'm saying? Boo the Prince, me and him got an album coming together.
Who's from California?
San Diego.
Go ahead, San Diego.
Solid dude. I'm in great hands whenever I'm out there, and that's what it's about, man.
There's a kid out there. There's a kid out there that I fuck with just did a song called Obnoxious, and he's signed to Suburban Noise. And he's fucking a Mexican cat. He's dope, man. He's dope.
Yo, shout out to Vino too, man. You know,
right,
Vino.
Definitely.
BSF. Yeah, it's probably about 3 Mexicans we just named. And we all Latins. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, man.
Show love. Show love.
I can't name another one, you know, that I'm familiar with. So no disrespect, but yo, Vino, Boo the Prince, homie you just named. Much love to the folks, man.
Definitely out there.
That's awesome, man. So Ito, I'm very super glad that you made it on finally, man, and that you know, maybe people who we get a lot of hardcore fans, you know, obviously from Danny's side who may not be familiar, man. So we're excited to bring them your way, man, and
introduce them.
We're psyched that you're killing it, man.
Hey, yo, D, give them a leak of that record soon, man. Let them know we dancing.
Yo, listen, you killed it. You killed it.
We should give a little. We'll have to. Maybe we can see if we can get a little clip for this episode.
I'll put it at the end. You know? I'll let them hit a little teeny
a little snap, a little teaser. Yeah, man. Well, yo, Ito, that's what's up, dude. Thank you again, man, for sharing your time. I know you were in the studio and we pulled you away to do this, man. But we, you know, Danny was very excited to share your talents and your story with everybody, man. So huge shout out and a lot of love from us, dude, tonight. Thank you for joining us, man.
Right on, man. Anytime, you heard? Anytime. I'll see you soon, though.
I see you. We'll do it. Don't worry. I'm going to be doing a Diablo Fest when it's time. I'm gonna have you come out there. I'm gonna do one. I got you. I have you perform.
I'm on the way. Listen, me and my lady drive. She take the wheel. You heard? We drive.
that way. I got you, brother. Don't worry. I got
you. Awesome, man. Ito, you're the man, dude. Thank you again for joining
us. I love you, brother.
No, you
take care.
Baby.
You safe, my brother. Peace.
We're back with our other guest of the night. I would like to give another Diablo's Den welcome to a legendary street. Just, man, I don't even know what to dive in on this career. So I'm gonna give a quick intro and then I'm gonna let you and Danny dive in. Everybody, please welcome Popmaster Fabel to the show.
Yeah. What up, Fable? How you doing, my brother?
Chilling like a villain. You know how we do this here. Yeah, man.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Yo, thank you so much for joining us, dude. We are very excited to have you talk with us tonight and share some stories. Danny was so excited to get you on. So, Danny, why don't you kick off and then you know, you and Fable get a little bit of conversation here going.
So check this out. I met Fable a while ago, but Fable, a lot of people don't know about that. Fable is a punk rock hardcore kid. And he grew up in punk rock and hardcore. He's from Spanish Harlem, where my abuela's from, my mother's from, the whole side of my mom's family's they're from East River Houses. Where are you from, Fable? Tell me where you're from.
123rd between Lexington Park. They called it Upaca Gardens, but there was no garden there. But it's part of housing. It was part of housing.
Housing. So and Fable. Before me, like me doing graffiti, I'm a proud Puerto Rican. Fable's a proud Puerto Rican. I'm
gonna shout out my Cubans.
He's Cuban. He's Cuban.
But that's what's up. Mira, dos hojas en el mismo pájaro. You know.
Mira, si tú quieres, puedo decir el entero episodio en español si tú quieres. So. Whatever you Spanish, man, we kill it.
We can do Spanglish. We can do
a little bit of everything, man.
But there's a saying that the Cubans and us, we're two wings on the same bird.
Same bird, definitely. Musically and food-wise, definitely.
And our flags are inverted. Same shit. You know, right?
Yeah.
Yo,
Definitely.
so Fable, you got like a really interesting story, man. Want to just give a little bit of quick. We'll dive into some of the meatier parts of the story, but why don't you just give a quick little overview for people who aren't familiar with everything that you have done? Like Danny said, you obviously grew up in the hardcore punk rock scene, which we'll get into, but give everybody just a quick overview, and then let's get into some of the other stuff that you are really
perfect. All right, so first I got to give it up to my twin brother, Punk Rock Pete.
Yes.
Right. So I have a fraternal twin. Thank God we're not identical. That would have been a problem. I would have had to pay for some of his shit in the streets. He would have had to pay for some of mine. Right? So the fact that we weren't, we look like brothers, but not like twins, right? Anyway.
Yeah.
So it's Pete that got me into punk rock. Like both of us were into classic rock together. Because we grew up in New York. So we listened to WABC, Cousin Brucey. I'm 56 years young.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that was a time where on the radio, you heard a variety of music depending on the station you listened to, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So you would hear, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And on top of that, even before my brother, I got to give it up to my older sister, Ida, who's 11 years older than me, who would come home one day with a Fania All-Stars, Hector Lavoe and
Hector Lavoe,
Willie Colon and a Gran Combo and all that, right?
Yeah.
But then she'll come home with like a Steppenwolf album.
That's awesome.
Or a Santana album. And I was just a little mocoso, I was just a little fucking rugrat, right? So Ida, that's my heart. Ida's like my second mother too. She would come home with the albums, with the actual vinyl, and she expanded my mind, right? So then anyway, my brother and I went from there. So it went from like, Zeppelin and Kiss, believe it or not. I got all those Kiss records, bro.
That's awesome.
Sabbath, Floyd, Lynyrd Skynyrd, the long Van Halen, you name it, right?
Yes.
And then Pete and I we slowly got into faster shit like Motorhead.
Yes.
Right? And believe it or not, Iron Maiden and shit like that. And then my brother started listening to 2 punk shows on the radio. One of them was NYU's show, Life After Death. This is the early 80s. This is 82. In fact, you hear this?
Uncle Jism, who's going to tell us a few jokes on you tonight, kiddies? Uncle Jism, what joke are you going to tell us tonight?
Just a couple of jokes. First of all, I want to ask you if your feet smell.
No, my feet never smell.
Well, you're lucky they don't, because if they did, you'd be built upside down.
So that's Uncle Jism. He used to play for Ism. They did, it's an early punk band.
I don't know. Why did the punk rock across the street, Uncle Jism?
Why? Well, I guess because he was strapped to the chicken's leg.
Oh, that was a real funny one.
Corny ass fucking joke, right? But
you don't have any more
listen to the joints that were playing. 1 second. This is how I first learned about the Bad Brains.
That's crazy.
Right? So that's the big takeover, right? So anyway, my brother started recording these shows. One was NYU's Life After Death. The other one was out of New Jersey, Fairleigh Dickinson, New Jersey, called The Fastest Show on Earth.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So he started recording them on cassettes,
Yeah.
Off his boombox. Anyway, so one day I was like, dude, what is this fucking shit you're listening to? Let me borrow that shit. I threw it in my Walkman. I fell in love.
Yeah.
I came back home. I was like, dude, like, man, I've been missing out on this shit. And so then I'm the one who went out and started. I wrote down all the bands that this
they heard.
mentioned.
Yeah.
And this is the Bad Brains. It's a big takeover. And that was Reagan Youth. And this is MDC. And that's Agnostic Front. And I went to Bleecker Bob's and started buying all these fucking albums, bro.
Yeah, that's like a Venture right there.
Yeah. So, hey, bro, I can show you better than I can fucking tell you.
Yeah. So, Fable.
Right? This I bought later because, Bad Brains put this out after, right?
Yeah.
But, shit like this, man,
Holy shit.
Yeah? And
That's
2
dope.
is better than 1.
Oh, shit.
Hardcore collectors do it like that. You feel me? Of course.
Now, it's for all victim pain. Right
Yep. Then this joint came out.
Yeah, cross
when the
for
whole,
long. Yeah.
when the whole crossover shit started happening, right? And of course,
Cro-Mags.
right?
Dope.
And then it went on from there, shit like this, you know.
SOG.
Yeah, Billy Milano.
Yeah,
And then
silly hard.
I was into these motherfuckers too.
Misfits.
Yeah, and then they, you know, Danzig started fucking with that, right? But I can't leave out, you know, fucking Discharge. You heard?
Yeah, one of the hardest.
Yeah.
Hard guitar sound.
And thanks to you, bro, at that Black and Blue that you invited me to. Well, you invited me to all of them.
Yeah.
When
they played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, dude, I was in motherfucking heaven. You heard?
Yes.
I was in motherfucking heaven. Then, of course, the West Coast.
Yes, MDC.
Right? Yep. Which this is very relevant today, right? And old school New York.
Breaking you Queens.
Yep. Right? This is all the original. All I got this shit from fucking Bleecker Bob's, right? And if we go back to the
Frontier Records, 2010, first album. Yep.
That's sick.
You know? And then I also, you know, was into speed metal and thrash.
Yeah.
You know, I was into punk. My brother was more into punk and hardcore. And so
I love thrash too. I like Exodus.
I was like, when I heard this shit,
Frogs,
my motherfucking
band. My favorite band.
This is a masterpiece, bro.
Yeah, he's always talking about.
I'm a Celtic Frost fan, bro.
Yeah, and then I met Martin Ain in 1986 in Switzerland.
He went to the club. He owned the club. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he worked at a record shop. That's where I met him. I went to a record shop to buy records.
Yeah.
And then I told him, yo, I didn't realize it was him. Yeah. And I had a jacket on with a Celtic frost patch, which I still have.
Yeah. and you were breakdancing out there?
Yeah, I went out to break.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, but see, like I fuck with both worlds.
Yeah.
So then when I asked homie, I was like, dude, man, you have any other bands out here that sound like Celtic Frost? And he looked at me, he said, why? I said, because I really like that band. He said, well, thank you. And I said, he said, well, I'm Martin Ain.
Yeah.
And I said,
oh shit.
And and it was him indeed.
Yeah, he just passed away. He just passed away.
Yeah. He died of a heart attack in the train.
Rest in peace, bro.
Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah, that was my dude, bro. I got pictures of him from that day and all that. You know,
he owned a club, and I used to go out there and chill at his club, play his club. I used to play his club. I used to use his phone to back then. His phone to call back a phone card to call back. It was crazy, bro.
Yeah,
95. You know what I mean? Back in Europe back then, it was way different back then. You know what I mean? 95. So it was crazy. 96. It was crazy. So
damn, that's
look at that. That's fucking crazy.
It doesn't fit me anymore, but I painted this. This is what I wore when I was going to CB's and Rock Hotel, the Ritz and Danceteria, the Mud Club, and wherever.
Yo, that's fucking amazing, bro.
Look, I fucking kept it.
That's sick.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's dope, man. Everyone doesn't know that. Fable, tell them that you come from graffiti background. Tell them about the graffiti, man.
Yeah.
Tell them about who you wrote with, and who you down with back then.
So, all right. So where I grew up in Spanish Harlem on 123rd between Lexington Park.
Yeah.
The most hardcore gang from 73, let's say to 79, were the Savage Samurais. Samurai. But they weren't Japanese. It was black and Puerto Rican brothers. Puerto Rican and blacks, right? So they were writers.
Yeah.
And so when they tagged, though, they didn't write Savage Samurais. They wrote Soul Riders Incorporated. Right? That was their tagging crew. Soul Riders, but they were a notorious gang. Not only did they tag in peace, they up rock. They were into up rock and war dance, outlaw rock, right?
Yeah.
So it's all this fancy footing, and you pretend you're popping someone or whatever, aggressive dance, right?
Yeah.
So those were my early roots. Was growing up on the main block of the Mighty Savage Samurais, and that's how I got into writing. Then I started doing my little tags and shit like that, and then I went to the High School of Art and Design.
Oh, cool.
From 79 to 83.
Yes.
79. So in that school, my first year was Days CYA. His last year. We
You met,
overlapped.
that's how you met Conan?
That's how I met Conan, the king of the seven. Yes, Albert Popper.
Now tell me about Conan,
Yeah,
Queens. That guy was an ill
that's
motherfucker.
Queens right there. Yep.
Conan was ill.
He
man.
lived
Tell us a little
around
bit about
Elmhurst.
Conan.
He lived around Elmhurst.
Yes.
The mighty C7.
Tell
Conan.
him how Conan looked in high school.
What? Yo, like Conan. The name fucking fit. Bro, the name fit. This cat, I'm going to tell you, man, my first day in high school was in September of 79.
Yeah.
We wound up in the same homeroom.
Yeah.
Official, and I wound up sitting next to him, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, this nigga. And he had, like, on his jeans, you know, graph. His hands were full of ink. Yeah, I already knew. I was like, this dude bombs, right? So we got to talking, and he was kind of like, you know, he wasn't really trying to make friends. You know, dude was a little antisocial. And Albert, if you ever see this, I love you, but I'm just calling it how I saw it, right? Anyway, then we became friends. You know, real talk, that was my first white friend. I never had a white friend. Dude, I lived in Spanish Harlem. There were no fucking white people, except for one, Shaker.
Shaker, all right. He was dope. He dope, Shaker.
Yeah, except for Shaker. Then me and Al became real good friends. He taught me all the racks in Queens. We were killing it. Body racking, marking paints. Dude, I had that shit down to a science. 10 cans on my body, you heard?
Damn.
I would wear my trench coat and dress a little what we call GQ.
Yeah, GQ.
Fucking little tie. Yeah. So I was unassuming. Because if you walk in there thugged out, like some street motherfucker, they're gonna have their eyes on you, you know? Yeah. So I will go in there on some fucking GQ shit and whoop, 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 bang. And snatch at least fucking 10 cans, you know?
Yeah,
Conan, he didn't give a fuck. He didn't go no GQ. That motherfucker had a snorkel, the old school codes, bro.
Yeah.
And he was like, whoa, all through the sleeves, you know, rattling on the way out. I remember one time, bro. Hey, yo, D, watch this. Isaac, watch this, bro. One time, we hit up a Martin Paint so hard. Me, him, and my twin brother, right?
Yeah.
And I was concerned because this cat just didn't give a fuck. So they had a security dude because I think at that point they saw.
Yeah, they knew people racking.
That riders were like hitting it, right? Yeah. So we're walking towards the exit, right? And he's just like whatever, and the security dude tried to stop him. You know?
What do you do?
He looked at him. He said, "What? What?" That motherfucker took 5 steps back, bro, and went like this. Nothing.
Damn.
That's the mighty C7, bro.
That's what's up. Yo, with the name, like you said, dude, very fucking fitting of the name then for sure, man.
And then he was training to be Mr. Teenage Universe. So he got brought.
Yeah.
He was training 81, 82. He got into fucking lifting hard, you know?
He killed the 7, bro.
Oh, he demolished it after Fuzz. After Kane won and Fuzz.
Kane and Angel Duster.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. That's amazing. But he used to bomb with other guys too. There was 2 other guys that they used to bomb from Corona. They were down with him. Man, they used to kill shit, bro. Oh man, it's just the name Conan. People bugging. But when I told you, you know Conan, that was crazy. He's like he's so Queens,
bro. And we became buddies. You heard? Like till this day, I call him. And you know what he did? He needs to write a book. That dude got stabbed 3 times with a screwdriver. I won't say too much because he needs to tell his story.
Yeah.
Right? No, that's fucking
then
crazy.
He recovered and then went back to school. You know, he was out of school recovering. He came back to school, right? And then he stopped bombing and got into classical paintings.
Are you fucking serious?
What? Yo, if you albertpopa.com or .org or whatever. Albert Popa, go to his website. Classical, like, Rubens, Caravaggio,
beautiful.
Rembrandt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he started following, imitating the masters, but
Yeah.
now he does his own shit with it.
That's
And
it.
then a few years ago, he mixed it with his graph.
No.
Yeah, and I was telling him, yo, dude, why don't you mix that shit up?
Yeah.
And he did it, and he had an exhibit on 57th Street, like this posh gallery.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So, he sells, for instance, one of his clients is like the CEO of like Harley Davidson motorcycles, Bought,
Yeah, that's man.
they bought like this giant ass painting he did. And so the mighty Conan lives, and he still bombs, but on canvas on that.
Yeah. Well, that's how like right now. Oh, hold on one second. I want to show you something. Hold on.
All right. Yeah, Albert Popa is the truth, man.
Yo, that's sick. I gotta look up his shit, man. I'm not familiar with him, so I'm it sounds dope though.
This was years ago. Hold on, let me put my headphones on. As being a host over here it goes. This is years ago. Fable and I always talk on the phone whenever I moved, when I was in the West Coast, and he sent me this one time. I sent him two shirts. Yeah, see,
shirts.
Look at this. This is a DMS.
That's
Yo,
right.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Look at it. Look how dope this is.
That's sick.
It says Danny Diablo DMS, piece of respect, Popmaster Fable, 2011, Rocksteady crew.
Yo, that's sick, man.
Yeah, dope. And tell what you used to write, Fable.
Before Fable, I wrote Pacer.
That's And you bought him a blend also, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Puerto Rico, I saw that.
167, of course.
Shout out to Blend.
Yup. Big respect to Blend. Yeah.
I wanted to go to another subject that we were talking about, was a little bit of a documentary, right? You were mentioning something on our little break. So why don't you and Fable talk a little bit about what you were mentioning?
Well, I was saying that first of all, I met Fable a long time ago. Fable did a video for Harley Flanagan. And then I was like, oh, then I met him. We're talking, me, Jorge, and he was doing a documentary, and he interviewed me. He interviewed Freddie. He did Hoya. He did all the DMS guys.
And Puerto Rican Mike.
Oh my God, Puerto Rican Mike.
Yeah.
Bronx Bass right there. 167.
Yep.
So we did all that, but I want to show how these worlds cross, and the gang culture. Just explain that. And the documentary that you're doing right now. That I want this to come out, because people understand how the gang culture was in New York City so big and still is. You know what I mean?
Yes. So what?
With the Latinos.
If I shared a video off of YouTube, will you be able to see it?
I think
you would be, right?
You can send it to him, but you can send it to him. You can send it.
No, but I think he could share screen on.
I could share it. Yeah. I do this with my class when I teach at NYU.
Yes.
When I teach at NYU. I do this. Watch this here. Yeah, because I'm a little savvy with this Zoom shit.
Good, I'm
you know
not.
What I mean?
Yeah. When he teaches at NYU.
Yeah. For 21 years, brother, I've been there. You heard?
Yeah.
Yep. 21 years, bro. They got this Neanderthal in there. Somehow me cole, Hold on.
I just changed it. I just changed
screen.
it, so you should be able to share.
Yeah, no, I'm about to do it right now, brother.
Okay.
So here we go.
Oh.
So here we, yeah. Right?
Dope.
Sometimes I've seen rumbles.
So that's me when I was 17 years old.
People getting killed. I remember I was about 7 years old. I would look out the window and watch these rumbles go on. They would either fight because of for territory, or if not territory, see who's over who's greater than who. In Harlem now, you'd need a weapon to survive.
There 20 different gangs around this area. We had to learn how to distinguish what block belonged to who, because you couldn't just walk down any block. There were so many gangs. We were all kids, and we became men, you know, young men, doing crazy stuff. We was banging, we was flying colors, baby sunrise. We was walking on the projects, 20, 30 deep. We are the Samurais, the mighty, mighty Samurais. I started as a baby bachelor right there on 148th Street in Brook Avenue. Got my first set of colors after getting jumped in. The colors was like your life. The colors was so important. It was like, you better not disrespect any gang colors, or that could be an all-out war. You had to have your balls in the right place, man. You had to fight. You had to be able to take 2 or 3 niggas at one time. I'm telling you, I lived that. If the Savage Skulls had beef, our brother clique was the Savage Nomads. So when all of us combined together to fight against another gang, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got hundreds. Apache line is something that when somebody fucks up or wants to leave the gang, you have to walk through the middle of 2 sides of us. Around 20, 30 guys, and you gotta walk by. If you make it through, standing, you're out. If you don't, which you never make it through, you're in. Before there was a word or anything called it, you had B-boy culture in the gang culture. You had B-girl culture in the gang culture. There wasn't too much positive stuff to look at in this neighborhood. So we took to what was right there in front of us, which was the gangbanging. When we went back into dancing, like I said, people wasn't pushing away no more. When breakdancing came in, just like he said, man, it saved a lot of us. Because we was like young and we was getting into a lot of crazy nonsense. You know, but it happened. There's only a certain limit you could give. You can't be there 24/7 for these kids. Being ours or not our kid is a choice they make.
All right.
Yo, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You
and
know,
I'll cut that into the real episode so people can.
Perfect. Yeah,
watch
you know,
it.
I purposely put it up horrible quality because motherfuckers be lifting shit. You feel me?
Yeah, definitely.
And they use it for their own fucking means, and then
Oh yeah, no, they monetize that shit.
and and next you know, I get nothing out of it. You know what I mean?
Yo,
But-
you listen. You gotta put that out ASAP.
So I feel you. Yeah. Well,
You know?
what I'm hoping is like that the Universal Hip Hop Museum,
Yeah.
you know, that they'll help me. There's already talks about like them helping me finish some of my projects because that's only one of them. I got more.
Tell the people right now what you've been doing this whole summer. You just opened up you're a hip hop historian, a gang culture historian, breaking historian, graffiti historian. But I'm saying, tell what you're doing right now with the.
Tell us about the exhibit.
I will. Okay. All right. Before I get into that, you know, I recreated.
Oh, that's
sick. Samurai colors. I made these with my hands. I cut these letters out, sewed it all on.
Yo,
I sewed it all on.
Dope.
That's what their colors look like, right? Savage Samurais. Then they were at war. They were at war with these guys, which were from 119th Street. You know, and the Renegades purposely misspelled it. You know, yep. So I made these, you know, these cuts. I made 10 and 11 of these.
That's sick.
Right?
That's dope.
Here's another set.
Yeah,
right?
I encourage anyone who's listening to this to definitely go on the YouTube because the visuals that Fable is showing us are
it's fucking amazing.
So, yeah,
fucking
definitely.
amazing.
Watching on that. So go ahead, Fable. Sorry,
No, it's all good. Thank you, brother. Thank you for informing them. So I made all of those for my reenactments because everyone's tapping into the same old footage from like, you know, Ain't Gonna Eat My Mind, and you know, because there's footage out there from the 70s of gangs and all that. And so people have exhausted a lot of that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna, maybe I'll use some of it, but I'd rather do my own reenactments.
Yeah.
You know? And so I own the content. And I tell the story, you know, I'll tell the story because Spanish Harlem had a very similar story to the Bronx. But unless you have these kind of, you know, the proper outfitting, the wardrobe, so-called wardrobe, you know, regalia. Really, that's what it is. All those patches are sacred. You know,
Yeah.
patches are sacred unless you have a convincing, authentic um, scenario. You know, people aren't gonna believe it. And so when I do my work, the ones that I want to convince are the remaining surviving members of the Savage Samurais and the Renegades. You know, and I want to convince them. I want them when they see it to be like, wow,
Yeah,
it was like that.
Yeah, that's cool,
Yeah.
man. So where did the idea come from for you to like put all of this together? Because obviously, man, like putting in all the work to recreate those pieces and shit is like, you don't just do that one day. So obviously what was the drive to do that, man? Because those things look sick. Again, man, I encourage all the viewers to go and check this shit out online and watch on YouTube, because us just talking about it doesn't really do it the justice. You got to see this shit. It looks so sick.
Thank you. So to answer your question, my drive has always been just to document what I grew up seeing, because I thought it was pretty much unbelievable. You know, where I grew up, how New York was, and all that. Most people would think, "Oh, you're exaggerating." It wasn't like that, you know. So ever since I was, look, German people interviewed me on YouTube. If anyone goes to my YouTube channel, Popmaster Fable, there's footage from a German documentary. In fact, in the beginning of that trailer, when you see me walking and I say I was 17, that's from that documentary.
Oh no shit!
In that documentary, I'm talking about these guys, the Renegades. I'm talking about the wars. I'm talking about how New York was like fucking lawless. It was lawless. And I'm also talking about, of course, art and culture. You know, art, dance, and culture.
Yeah, that's what's so cool too, man. And like I said, the fact that you took the time to recreate all those pieces, visually, so that again, dude, like you said, man, it gives that authenticity to like, you come in to see this exhibit and it's like you're seeing. It's not just hearing the stories. Like now you can picture, like you said, dude, what those letters look like.
You're there, like you're there.
Yeah, and to your point, dude, like it was misspelled probably so people couldn't just easily copy it or whatever. I'm sure, right? It was that. Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah. Fable, the other thing I want to talk about quickly too was you and I had talked about this on the break before we started recording. Was I think it was back in February. I had said I caught you on PIX talking about
breaking. Always on the news.
Well, and what's cool, man, was it was about breaking being on the Olympics, which is like, that's amazing. Like, so Fable, let me ask you this: as 2021, did you ever fucking think when you first started doing this shit that your shit was gonna be an Olympic sport? Because like, what the fuck? Like that must just be crazy. That would be like me and Isaac. All of a sudden, they'd be like, "Yo, hardcore singing is an Olympic sport." Everybody knows Isaac would win that one. So, you know what I'm saying, Fable? Like,
hardcore singers would be at Lincoln Center with the opera. With the opera setup, right?
Yeah. So, Fable, what was that like for you? That because you were saying like when you first got wind that this was coming together, man. What was tell us a little bit about what that's like.
Okay, I got you. So look. In 1984, there was already discussions with Michael Horman and the Olympic committee. 1984. Michael Horman managed the New York City Breakers, right? I'm Rocksteady. Yeah. You had Rocksteady, New York City Breakers, Dynamic Rockers, Furious Rockers. There was
IBM,
dozens.
Yep.
IBM. Yep. Incredible Breakers. IB. Like there was a long list of crews, and not to mention the original crews, like the Twins and the individuals, Trixie, Sasa, Eldorado, Mike, like there's Grand Mixer DST, now known as DXT. There's a long list. That's Godzilla, huh?
Yeah. Godzilla, quiet.
No, Godzilla is like, motherfucker, I was there too. Right,
Godzilla is always a welcome guest on the podcast. Fans of the podcast love when he's on.
So Michael Horman was already having this dialogue with the Olympic Committee in '84, but then nothing came of it. Boom, all these years passed. Right. So just to answer your question more directly, right? I have mixed feelings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know why? Because who the fuck is gonna judge it? You know, are they gonna get the right judge?
Yeah,
Well, see,
I know
that's why I'm glad.
I
Yeah.
know it's his last
Is it
time.
gonna be Kurt Thomas, or you know, doing
Yeah.
the Master of the Flares, or you know,
Yeah.
right? So I do know that there are some reputable b-boys that they were already reaching towards, right?
Yeah.
Which is good, right? But then, bro, all right, people get turned on by a dude doing 1,000 headspins or doing air flares,
Yeah.
right? All this super ultra gymnastic defying gravity movement in b-boying or b-girling,
Yeah.
or what people call breaking or breakdancing, right?
Yeah.
Which is a fucking media term. Breakdancing, we go like this to that, right?
Yeah.
B-boying and b-girling, right? So there is all this acrobatic gymnastic, aspect to it. But you know what else? You got flavor and finesse.
Yeah.
And finesse. That's where the dance is. The footwork, the footwork, the top
showing
part,
off.
The delivery,
Showing
the
off.
delivery of the vibe.
Yeah, top,
hell yeah.
when you're up on top, vertical bang, doing your thing, your drop, if it's a sweet drop, what you do horizontal on the floor, bang, and the way your freezes, your power moves, all that, and then how you come up with finesse.
Yeah.
Bang, what? Right? Not only that, are they gonna factor in your threads? How the fuck you dress?
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, because that's such a big part of the whole, the culture and the whole thing.
Bro, we used to easily take a half hour to an hour just to get our threads right.
Oh, I can imagine.
Before
man.
we went even to a block party to battle a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I had the starch that I stole from Woolworth that I used to the cap for a back cap. Yeah. No, but I took the whole blood clot can. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Before you do your thing, yeah.
Right. We made sure our leads were creased properly, everything fucking sharp, you heard?
Yeah.
So because that's an extension of your soul.
Yeah.
And that's part of the equation. So are they gonna factor that in?
Yeah,
that's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad we talked to you about it, because like I said, I was curious your opinion on that, because again, you came up in that, so you have a different view than say like, the guy in middle America who's like, I fucking love that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
again,
It's like this. I'll make you guys laugh. When people say, all right, listen, when people say, yo, he's my favorite rapper, and it'll be like some dude from the Midwest, like a white kid who's dope as hell, but if I slap him in the face once, he'll cry. That's not my favorite rapper.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Just what I'm saying.
Yeah. He's out of element. Yeah.
Other elements.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta handle yourself a certain way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be like, it's like I see dudes in Europe, and I travel all the world, and I see these breakdancers in Europe, and I bug the fuck out. I'll be like, yo, these dudes are fucking dope, but I can't relate because he has no swag. It's like the dudes in Europe who are dope as graffiti writers that have protractors out and blowing glass and lines and scaffolds. I'm like, yo, bro, you're there for 10 hours, B. I'm doing my shit. I'm a vandal on in and outs. You know what I mean? And I got to worry about cops and getting jumped. Like your thing is like almost like you went to school for it. I'm not into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Not only that,
factors.
Bro, we went to the yards and the layup strapped. You feel me?
Yes.
We have
ready for war.
Yeah. Look, the minute you're stealing spray paint, already you in the outlaw element.
Yeah.
You're not the average fucking kid that's gonna go in. Oh, how much is that can? Fuck you. We're gonna steal all of them, right? Then we're sneaking in the yards. Fuck the cops. Fuck the vandal squad. Fuck the MTA bum. We used to call them bum workers.
Yeah.
Some niggas would throw a fucking 20-pound wrench at you.
It's like I'm watching out for ball busters.
Right. Yeah. Yo, hey.
Niggas over here trying to kill me. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's the one tunnel. The motherfuckers ran all that. And then, look, real talk, respect to the ball busters, because we were at war, because I'm a Zulu. We were at war. I'm Rocksteady and I'm a Zulu, right? And we were at war, but I know them cats, like Royce, Ali Al.
Yeah, those dudes, they went for them.
So Tack from FBA went to my high school, and we became friends. And I would go to 135th with my Zulu beads on. Tell me I wasn't a fucking nut.
Yo, listen, Zulu
You know?
Nation, Ball Buzzers, and Queens, CC Boys. Those niggas got down.
Yep.
Those niggas robbed everyone.
Well, look, USA roller skating rink, right?
I went there. I live on 69th Street, 31st Avenue in Queens.
All right.
Grew up in
So I remember we went over there one day, right? There was an event, and it's an Africa
on Roosevelt Avenue.
Yeah, USA. So we went, and that's when we had beef with Dynamic.
Yeah, Dynamic
right? Dynamic Rockers, right? Dynamic Breakers, and mind you, let's bring in Jimmy Gestapo, right? Right. Let's talk about our brother, because I love that cat. I love him. Right? Yeah. Jimmy's something else, right? So
shout out Jimmy G.
Shout out Jimmy G.
Jimmy G, no doubt, right? So watch this here. And Jimmy, if you ever watch this fucking shit, you know it's true what I'm saying. When I got to know him, way after the fact. I used to go to Murphy's Law shows, of course. Yeah. I watched everyone's shit, right? And then when we got to talking, right? He was like, "Oh shit, you're from Rocksteady." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, I was a young Dynamic." Yeah. And one day, I think, it was when I went, when Freddie Madball, right? Respect to you, Freddie. When he invited me to be in his video, Rev Up.
Yeah, Rev Up.
Rev Up, right?
Yeah.
We did that, and we were just hanging out and shit, and Jimmy was there, right? And there were and whoever was DJing played, like, I think Just Begun or some shit, right?
Yeah.
And he saw me amped, right? And he came up to me and he said, "I'll battle you." Yeah. I looked at him and I said, "Get the fuck out of here." I said, "All right, you go first." That nigga went whoop whoop and dropped into a W and came up.
What?
You can't make this up. You can't make it up. And plus, he's probably gonna watch this and he'll be like, he's either gonna say Fable's full of shit and lying, or he's gonna be like, "Yeah, it went down like that." and honestly, I didn't even go out. I didn't even dance. I was like, "Bro, you got it."
Well, on that note, man, we're gonna wrap up this episode before the Zoom kicks me off again.
All right.
Fable, before we let you go, real quick, tell where can people find you online? Give the socials.
Okay, so it's Popmaster Fable 123 on Instagram.
Hell yeah.
Right on Facebook. I'm already at my capacity with Jorge Fabel Pavon. But you can go on Popmaster Fable. I have a separate Facebook on that. Twitter, Popmaster Fable. My YouTube channel, Popmaster Fable. And I spell Fable Fabel. Fabel. I'm not a fairy tale. I'm a real motherfucker.
And we will have links. We'll have links all across the screen. So, with that said, Fable, I want to thank you so much for sharing all of your stories and your insight, man. We will definitely have to catch up with you when we're in person, because we do record in the city. So we'll have to have you come through. I want to also just thank everybody for listening and subscribing to the show. Much love. Everybody stay up on DiablosDenPodcast.com. Oh, Fable, did you want
one last word on the because we didn't talk too much. I didn't talk. I know y'all threw it at me on the Universal Hip Hop Museum and the exhibit. UHHM.org. Get your tickets. It's only $10 a head. We're doing 1980 to 85. You're gonna love it. I'm one of the curators, and I'm also the artist and scholar in residence.
How long does that run till?
How many weeks?
We're there until they build the museum. All right, 1980 to 85 until December.
Sick. So we'll have links for all that shit again. Shout out Fable. I want to shout out Ito, who we had earlier. Is definitely a long
Rocks episode.
This was a long episode, but it was a good one. I hope everybody had a good time.
I love you, Fable.
I love you too, Daddy.
Guys, we'll catch up soon. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share.
Listen.
Oh!
Yes.
My brother, I love you. The world is mine.
Respect.
Fable. I love you.